Good evening. I'd like to welcome everyone to tonight's council meeting. Would you please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call the meeting to order and open the roll call.
Slater?
Here.
Rusher?
Here.
Davis?
Here. We need a motion to approve the agenda as printed.
Move approved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed. We need a motion to approve the minutes of the June 1st, 2015 regular council meeting.
Move to approve. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed. Under communications, anything from the public in attendance this evening? If not, Clint, we'll hear about people service and all the problems we got right now.
Evening. I guess sounds like you guys are already discussing down on Fifth Avenue a little bit. And all a couple main breaks we got down there, and did get a couple others fixed up north of here. The valve and that area is already pretty much know about that. The plant, we had a motor go out on our string side auger on a lime slaker, but we got that up and running within 2 days, so that's back up and running now. So it's still the original one.
Oh, that's the old one, okay.
Way back when, so it just went, so, but it's up back and running. We're still chasing some little things around with that, tweaking little things here and there with that and the computer, the PLC, but for the most part, we're gonna attempt this week to go back to a maybe normal shift, but I don't even know what normal is anymore, so, and we're gonna see how that goes with a couple so we'll pretty much be full staff through the week, which will help out nice, and then the guy on call will have a 12, 13 hour runs on Saturday and Sunday, so we're gonna see how that goes, and see what happens, so. But a lot of locates, a lot of boring going on in that. We just had another leak. We were gonna start it tomorrow up on Taft Street North, the sinkhole part of the street. A bunch of things come right together. The sewer's right there. There's a storm, small water line. But we're just gonna start tomorrow and see what we find, so.
Is that where the street collapsed?
Yeah, yep. The barricades are up there and everything, so. But, wastewater, we're just hanging in out there. We've got the other clarifier we're in the process of still working on that. I think, did Steve tell you already about the change?
Yeah.
Okay.
We haven't talked about it. Do you want to go over that?
Okay, the Steve Guthrie, our region manager, is going to be, our business is really growing in Missouri, and he's out of Clarinda, and we've got, I think, 3 or 4 new contracts this last month in Missouri. So he's gonna be busy down there, but the Western Iowa region guy, Steve Robinette, real good guy, is gonna come in as our region manager. He's got a lot of surface water treatment experience with him, so
He came
real
out of
familiar
Grimes,
with it.
right?
Yeah, he came out of Grimes, so they had basically the exact same process as what we do down there too. So he's real experienced with the water and that, so he'll be a good tie in here. So I think that's July. I think sometime that's going to transition. I don't know when. So, but anything else? Questions, comments? Turn off the rain whenever. So.
Just had something mentioned yesterday. Is there, we're breaking some mains in the summertime that we've never seemed to have broken before and stuff anyway. Could any bearing on having the new tower pressure?
There was
Is there
those-
anything that could have to do with that now or not?
Possibly. The one over that we just fixed the other day with the backseat diner, that actually, it was a 4-inch, and it was setting on a hunk of rock that was
Looked like
probably
granite-
half
looked
the
like
size of
granite,
this
yeah.
table right on it, and you could see on the bottom where it just, the rock just pushed through it. We did have a couple of those pressure spikes a little bit that could have a bearing tool on it, so it's, I don't know, 6 of one, half a dozen of another. Hard telling, so
Joey didn't think they found all the leaks down there at.
There's one
Maxine.
thing
There's another
that's
one down there
still
maybe.
possibly there, but we just said just button it up and that, so, but it was a lot less than what the bigger one was, so we'll find out, so. Let's go from there, I guess, so. Questions? Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Clint. Under new business, we need a motion to approve the fiscal year 2015-2016 cigarette permits. In order, I assume?
Yep. Gloria got them all put together before. She's up for
Motion to approve.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed. Then we need a motion to approve a street closure request from the Humboldt Dakota City Chamber of Commerce for the 4th of July parade route.
The parade routes are in the packets. You can see we need to get the sinkhole fixed because
It's kind of part of the route.
it's where the parade ends is evidently the sinkhole.
It just
That's a
disappeared.
mile and a half after it starts.
Have to dig a really big hole to fill
Short
that in.
parade. So anyway, normal time, normal route. We'll get that sinkhole fixed and get back on our way.
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed. And we need a motion to approve a street closure request from the Humboldt Kiwanis for the 100-year anniversary celebration and Family Day at Taft Park.
Actually, Kent brought it to my attention.
I'm just,
Friday at 4:30, he came in asking for special favors as the newspaper. No, he came
Kent's
in.
got a lot of power now.
He's got a lot of power, so
Yeah.
of course we accommodated. The Kiwanis are having their 100-year anniversary and doing a family day at Taft Park. And it sounds very cool. They're having inflatables and food and lots of fun stuff. Some, what is that, motorized ride like they have down at Community Orchard or whatever it is, where you ride around.
Train?
Yeah, the train. So I think it should be a very cool event. It's 2nd Avenue North. We'll block off the whole street, but Ken said they'll leave the south side of that street open so that people can get in and out of residences and emergency vehicles can get through. So should be a fun event.
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I just want to see Aaron on the train in the paper, right?
Yes.
We can make that happen?
I don't think I'll fit. Let's put you in it.
I know I will.
You guys are all invited to come and have a free lunch and help us celebrate.
I'll participate
Bring
in
your
that.
kids or grandkids.
When is it again?
It's gonna be on Saturday, the 27th. We're trying to sandwich in between events here with the Arts Festival. 4th of July coming up in the next few weekends, so it'll be the one in
Okay.
between, so. And that's also the first Saturday of the farmer's market, so we may get some drifting people from downtown come to the park. It's gonna be actual food and the events and stuff. It's gonna be from 11 to 2, but we're asking for a couple hours before and after to get it tore down and set up and stuff. So.
100-year anniversary. Neat. Do we
Sure
want
that- Good coverage in the paper, right?
Yeah, and thanks to Carrie and Aaron for getting it on the agenda, for putting it on your website and electronic message board and all that. I really appreciate the promotion, so.
Only a small amount of grief.
It was such a big agenda, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Where's the rest of it?
Do we want to talk more about this Fifth Avenue Water Project, then while David's here and stuff then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nick, do you wanna?
Sure.
The,
You just gotta pay them.
on the, so you think that anybody could bid on this basically then, that it's not necessarily gonna be just a road?
Yeah,
person that's gonna bid on it then?
it's about a 50-50 on what's gonna drive, depending on if it is that directional drilled versus actual open cut on it. You can see that, about 200 of it is actually the infrastructure portion, so you're looking at 2/3 of the project really being the underground with the water and the services, the hookups, the connections, with some patching in there also.
That's not a decision we have to make, though. This will just go out as an emergency bid, and let's just say, for example, Blacktop wants to bid on it, they can bid on it and get a price from the underground people, or the
Correct.
underground people can bid on it and get a price from Blacktop.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep, it's not, it won't be, the controlling thing on it is the underground.
Right.
On it, whether or not the underground would get the contract. I think that's who can get bonded easier for it, for the size of a project on it, on how they work that out
Yeah.
with it. But yeah, it could still just be a blacktop service project with the sub of either open cut or directional drilled underground.
Gotcha.
Is there, we're talking about a September date to do this, is there contractors available in September yet?
We
Or
haven't-
everyone booked up Solid.
I think that we haven't really talked to them yet on. I know Mitch is available. He's actually pretty excited about directional drilling this in. As far as the others, I haven't talked to him about that or not. Everybody seems pretty busy right now because Mother Nature is not cooperating the best for anybody in the construction business at the moment. So their schedules are slowly getting compressed into, we're close to the middle of the summer, and if we have a winter like last year where it turned, within a matter of a week or two and stopped construction for the year. So they're caught up for there, and now everything is getting compressed into the last half of summer and hopefully a decent fall. We'll do a little more calling here and see who's interested in it. We can definitely get on the phones, and that really helps with our bidding process with it too. As far as when to bid it, making that deadline for us, no issues, none at all with it. So we can move forward as expected here on that.
And the time frame is decent as far as working days.
Yeah, it's really, you're looking at probably 75 calendar days, really. What we're looking at is first meeting in July, setting dates, bidding towards the end of July with it to give them at least 2 weeks to look at the plans. Award first week in August, first meeting in August. Contract second meeting in August, require them to have a quick turnaround time on contracts on it, and then they could start immediately thereafter. So they could really start the day after your second meeting in August. From then until October 31st is approximately 75 calendar days, which is more than sufficient for a project like this to get that in there.
No, if they underground bore it, would the street not be disrupted so much then until the actual milling and overlay was, or would the street still be disrupted at all?
I would assume they're gonna wait until afterwards, because you never know if something happens, that they actually do have to, they might pothole right here, have to go right there, and something changes drastically, and there's always the unknowns in the underground world, of course, you don't know whatever's down there. So with that, the anticipated schedule would be to get the water main installed first, and then do the mill and overlay and patch thereafter. The blacktop company is not gonna wanna mobilize in twice for the patching afterwards because there will be some patching. The east end on it, on Taft and Fifth, will be opened up more, especially on the Taft side, due to, we actually have to put 2 bends in it to get out to the existing main, and then to move north to connect to the 4-inch, because right now it's just a 2-inch that continues south from that hydrant, according to the old records. Now, where that change is kind of unknown in anybody's records at this time. So really, across on the east side, or west side of Taft, and then across Taft will be open cut until they get on that, in line with that bore machine. There was a bunch of storm sewer out there on the corners. We had to go around, hence our decision to go on the south side seemed to be a little bit better. And a few other things involved with that. And, we can, setting it up as an alternate, that's pretty straightforward on our end, 2 locations, and it's just an alternate bid on which one that the city would like to work with at that time.
So you're comfortable that they could underground bore that and do everything?
Definitely.
Without any problems?
I've had extremely good success with boring. And talking with Clint, the soils down there seem to be pretty pending, but we haven't hit any rock yet.
Yeah.
But that changes in a matter of feet in this town is another thing there too. So, we'd really like to be able to be as non-intrusive as possible. You know, we don't want to expose the entire street, the entire subbase, number of patches, et cetera, if we don't have to with that. But we've had great success with boring water mains. Boring the service lines in have been worked excellent also. As, you know, as long as they do their due diligence on, you know, like I said, potholing the services, the sanitary services, the utilities, to verify they aren't just ramrodding through them.
Yeah, I think one of the things, you know, Mitch he's pretty competitive on what his price.
Yep,
prices
and
are.
yeah, talking with
He wants to
Mitch, he
keep
was-
that rig moving, so.
Yep. He was pretty excited about it.
Well, I know they were down on the last patch down there, and they did an excellent job, compared to what some of the other people had done down there. So,
Yeah.
You know, but, you know, if we're opening it up to the bidding process, you know, there's no guarantee that
Right,
he would be
right.
the one for
Right.
either the main contract or the subcontract for the water
It's
mains.
probably not gonna be a McPeak, considering they're already in town.
They're busy. They're
Pretty
behind.
busy.
You never know, but it depends on when their schedule opens up
Yeah.
too.
yeah.
I guess they're already here in town, so I guess they could just move on down there, you know?
Yeah.
You know, they don't have the equipment in town.
So,
Will not be any mobilization cost.
you know, if that's the method we want to go, we can definitely go that route. We just have to set dates at the next council meeting, and then get it prepared for bid. We'll get it online, get the bids, talk to a bunch of contractors. We'll talk to them anyways and kind of feedback to Aaron here to see what their interest is on their time frame and what they're anticipating for September through October as far as underground construction, how available they are and so forth.
One thing, I guess, it does need to be, we can leave that up to an alternate, but everybody's comfortable with the mill and overlay as being part of the project. I mean,
I am, but I'm gonna stay out of this one. Out there, so.
you want 4 inches of new asphalt?
Yeah, and that's a big discussion there on how much of the road work you want to do. You know, this started as a water main break. That east portion of the street is pretty poor on it. Looking back at our records when we did that pavement maintenance on it, it's that those 2 blocks that are actually at a point where it's recommended to let it, especially the east block, let it go to failure and rebuild. Doing this 2-inch overlay on it is going to be substantial for it, especially with the limited amount of traffic that's on it. You're going to have pretty good results with this in the future.
They'd have to core some of that out, patch it first, so anyway.
Yeah,
it's bad.
yep, yeah, on those areas where those existing patches are on the water main, and especially the one that they just did, those would be engineered, prepared underneath it, and then a patch up to the bottom of where the overlay would be, and then we would overlay, so it would be continuous overlay from 5th to 7th, just really from the returns inside. So we would try not to touch too much on 5th or 7th, but there will be a patch going transversely across both